and not having to deal with streaming latencies on the computer. So yeah, hopefully this is a lot better. I'm going to see what I can do and make everything. Hopefully everything will get sorted. Now I gotta find a place to actually put my. I gotta find a place to actually put my phone on so that you can actually see me still while I get this shared around. There we go. Ah, two new viewers. I'm going to go for live chat. Here we go. Hello, there are three viewers on my thing, or two viewers now again. Let's see here. Move this like that, and now I got a stable, semi-stable area for my phone. There we go. Hello, everyone. Hopefully now everything is sorted. I'm going to check on my computer now to make sure that this is actually working. I gotta make sure that this is actually, genuinely good. So, hello. I'm going to check now. My name is Light Wolf, and today is Halloween. So let's see this live stream and if it works. I'm sorry about those fireworks in the background. That's a very British thing to do. We always light fireworks on Halloween, so there's that at least. Yes, this is 10 times better. Finally, you can actually hear me without buffering. So I'm going to share this live stream and hopefully all goes according to plan. Oh, two viewers again. Hello. If you have any questions, please ask them in the live chat so that I can see them. And let's get this show on the road. Today, I decided to dress up as Skeleton, Death, as a gentleman, lady. And yeah, it is a fedora, but earlier I was shaving my hair, shaving my face, and I left a mustache on, and I looked like a redneck version of Freddie Mercury. It was not pretty. I did not like it. Oh, three viewers again. Hello. Again, say, please send your questions in the comments section if you want, and everything like that. And I will do my best to answer you as quickly as I possibly can. So, first of all, how is everyone doing on this fine evening? Some call it Samhain, others call it Halloween. Personally, I call it both. And normally, I'd be out drinking with my friends, but since we are in a global pandemic, I'm at home drinking alone. So, yeah. It took me a couple, no, not even a couple, took me about an hour to get this all set up. And hopefully it actually stays. And, just everything. I know the lighting's not too good in here, but my actual light there is broken, and we have to get it fixed. So I'm having to rely on the lighting from my sink, and man, those fireworks are going off really loud. I apologize for that profusely. Now I'm going to send this to chat room, see if people are gonna do stuff, and we shall see. Let's go down to Shameless Butt Plug in Chaos's server. Excusez-moi. And now, hopefully we can get this on track. I should hope so, anyway. And now, let's see here. I'm gonna go into promo content on Junkie's server and post it there. hopefully people will come in and start talking. I really do want people to ask questions in the live chat room. Right now, it's kind of just all over the place. I wanted to stream on my computer with a webcam, but unfortunately, as I saw, there was a lot of latency issues. I don't know how it works on my phone, but it doesn't work on my computer. But you gotta make ends meet. You gotta find some way to do it properly. So yeah. Again, hello to a new viewer again. Please ask questions in the live chat so that I can answer them. You can ask me any sorts of questions like what's new with my YouTube channel, what are my plans and everything like that. And first, I want to say I was supposed to be in university in October. Yeah, I was supposed to be in our university here and now, but unfortunately plans change, and I have to wait until January, and it's most likely that's for the better in the first place because a lot of cases of coronavirus are happening in Scotland right now because of the students there, and the students have to be stuck there, can't actually go out and party or socialize or anything like that, and they themselves have to self-isolate. So while I get my paperwork and everything sorted, my heart does go out for everyone who is currently suffering from, self-isolation in Scotland and having to deal with not being able to come home and meet their families. So yeah, and let me post this in one other Discord server, and hopefully this will go off without a hunch. Tough work doing YouTube. Very tough work. Actually, I forgot I can post this in 2 different servers. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am live on YouTube right now. There we go. And lastly, let's go to another friend's server, and we will get this show on the road. So, promo zone. And there we go. Oh, I see someone that has liked the video, the live stream. Thank you so much for the like. One of my plans is to do more video essays and short films, maybe even skits. I mean, I made my first TikTok as of recently, and that was me pretending to be a Little League coach because I was shaving and then I left the mustache to see what it would look like with a mustache, and it just freaked me the fuck out. I did not like how I looked like in a mustache. So yeah. I don't know if I'm being called or not. And if I am going to have to end it early and then live stream again later on tonight. More fireworks going off. I really don't know why people do that. I suppose any kind of excuse to actually do something. So yeah. Hopefully everything goes according to plan. I hope everything takes off with a hitch. And yeah. 2 viewers again. Hello there, Michael Koenig. How are you doing? Right now I am just simply sitting and drinking because it's Halloween and I'm not able to go out and socialize with friends and go out to bars and stuff like that. That's great. Do you have any questions or anything by any... Oh, fuck, my phone fell down. There we go. So, did you have any questions for anything? God damn it. There. Stay stable. There we go. Technical difficulties. uh, Families arguing. Not arguing per se, but, families just are being families. That's just kind of how it is. Hello, 2 new viewers again. Uh, Maybe you can get a better view here of me. And yeah, uh, this is really just an unplanned thing. I thought, why not do something for Halloween? Show off a bit of my costume and everything like that. So yeah, ask any questions, and I will do my best to answer them as best as I possibly can. I have the stream on my phone, and I can see your stuff on my phone, and I have it on my TV as well. And currently, I've been binging a lot of Naruto again because I have nothing better to do with my time until I'm able to get into university in January. I am also working on a big project, which I call Project 19, and it's basically I've gathered up a lot of news clips from the beginning of 2020 to now, and by God, it is one of the hardest things I'm doing. A little bit, yeah. The rain's a little bit out there. It's just like it's really dark outside right now, and I think the park is closed now because it's late and everything like that. But part of my ritual, I guess, if you want to consider it that, is just drinking and praising the gods. So, praise be to the gods. Praise be to the gods, and praise be to alcohol. Hopefully, my liver doesn't get shot. I bought 2 Strongbows earlier today, and I still have about 4 things of Guinness in our. My mom likes to call it her wine fridge, but I have 4 things of Guinness in there too, and it's in our sunroom, so it's all the way upstairs. But yeah, I pour a whiskey to that. Whiskey's great. I haven't had it in a while, but I really like how it goes down, how it feels when it goes down. I like the burning sensation that comes out from it, and everything like that. It's not exactly. I don't know. Would you consider it a starter spirit or not? Because they have. I mean, you have your basic stuff like Jack Daniels. Yeah, it's definitely a good burn. There is still going to be a bit of a stream delay here because it's YouTube, but the ESA is definitely a good burn, and I don't know, I just haven't had it in forever. One of my other favorite ones is spiced rum. Spiced rum is really good. I actually tried it for the first time last year on this exact date. I had a friend who I met that night. And we went over to his house because we had to meet up at his house to get a lift to the bar. We went to a barcade. It was a great place, great time. I would definitely recommend going to a barcade at least once in your life if you haven't already. If there is a barcade wherever you're at, it's basically just as it sounds. It's a bar combined with an arcade, so you get to play arcade games while you also get to drink. First time we went there at my friend's house, he gave me a bit of rum that it was aged for 7 years. So I did that. I was like, wow, this is actually really pleasant. And he's like, yeah, it is, isn't it? And then eventually we all got into his dad's car, and then we went to the bar. And I had one of the most pleasant nights there. Let me just say, we came there early. Whenever you're out drinking, especially on a night like Halloween, always go to the bar early rather than later. We had a couple people try and meet. We had a couple people meet up with us later on in the night, but as the night progressed, the bar was just so packed that there was a line down the block just to get into it. That's how packed it was that night because Halloween is a popular night for students to drink on. You know, students like to go to bars regardless, but Halloween allows you to dress up and no one gives a fuck what you're doing and everything like that. So we went there early in the night, and the three of us, we got 3 pints of Guinness, one for me, one for my friend, and one for my other friend. And my friend and I really bonded that night. His name is Chris, and basically we started talking about Halo. One thing led to another, and eventually we just came there early that night, and I went to the bartender and I said, I hope the night's easy for you. And the bartender went in and told me, it probably won't be, but thanks anyways. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun whenever you're with friends. I really wish COVID didn't happen because I could probably go out drinking with him again. And I do want to say to people out there, if you are going to be out drinking tonight or going out into the pubs tonight, please be sure to maintain your social distance. You do not want death creeping up on your doorstep. That is a very important thing because death does not persecute. And yeah, maintain your social distance, maintain all of that, and also be sure to wear your masks. The amount of people I have seen whenever I was out in city center before, at least in my town, that weren't wearing masks was insane. In my local neighborhood, I don't wear a mask until I'm at the store because you have to wear masks in stores. But because my neighborhood isn't a densely populated area and there's so few people walking around, I'm perfectly okay with that. Ain't that the truth? Halloween has definitely been a manifestation of death looming about. It's crazy how insane this year has been. Like we started off in January with, you know, the Australian bushfires to now where literally there's a second lockdown in my country, specifically down in England, and there's a second national lockdown because of how much it's spreading because people didn't listen. And by didn't listen, I mean whenever the lockdown restrictions were eased up, they started, you know, flooding the bars, flooding everything, not maintaining a social distance and all of that, and it just slowly crept back up again. Combine that with the fact that students were scheduled to go into universities by September, there has now been a second wave and a second lockdown of COVID here in the UK. Luckily for me, I am fine because I'm in Northern Ireland and you know how that is. And yeah, people just don't genuinely listen to the advice. As much as I don't like Boris, he still is the prime minister and you still have to listen to what he says because he is indeed trying to maintain some semblance of normalcy in this country. It's like you know, even a broken clock is right twice a day. And I actually used bits of his speech from March in Project 19 because he's talking about how as a people need to make this easier. We won't be able to, there will come to a point where basic healthcare won't work for COVID anymore. I know that's a bit of an exaggeration and a bit of an extreme, but the point is if you don't follow the directions, you're going to make it worse. I mean, for us youngsters, it doesn't affect us as much. We can be carriers of it and we may not experience the symptoms of it. There's people who are asymptomatic whenever they are a carrier of the disease. At the same time, the elderly and the young are very, very susceptible to it. So you got to maintain that social distance. Otherwise, your next door neighbor, should they be an elderly person, could end up catching it, or you could end up catching it and carrying it on from someone else and passing it on to them, and thus end up accidentally getting them killed. So the point is, you have to be careful during these trying times. Always maintain a respectful social distance. If you want to go out with your friends, so be it. But do be careful with that. That's the most important thing, especially for those who are out partying tonight, because it is Halloween. You still gotta maintain that social distance, or at least try to be, conscientious of others whenever you're out socializing. So that's why I haven't gone into city center in such a long time. See, I had to go in there to sort out bank account stuff. I still don't have a bank account, but I did have to try and get something sorted. And yeah, there were a lot of people there not wearing masks. For every person I saw wearing a mask, every other person wasn't wearing one. And it was all people like my age, acting like it was no big deal, when in fact, it is a huge deal. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Just because you don't see waves of COVID happening doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. It's like it's like you wouldn't walk up to someone and cough on them, would you? Maybe some people might if they're sadistic enough, but you wouldn't sit down and do that when you know that you are sick. And in a place like now, in a time like now, you're not going to try and purposely infect someone else because you don't know if you have the disease or not, or should I say virus. The yeah, that's Karen's, and that is just an absolute fucking asshole thing to do. But when have Karens ever really been reasonable? And it's just, you know, we're sitting here in a time where the world has gone to shit. I mean, the world's always been shit, but COVID-19 has escalated that problem. We've seen, I mean, we've seen people become so tired of having cabin fever that they are deliberately ignoring these issues. We've seen social issues that have been rampant from the beginning escalating even further because of COVID. Because, how do I put it? COVID has united humanity, but at the same time has divided us. Because we're all going through it, and we're all trying. I mean, most of us are trying our best to help one another, and most of us are trying to maintain a respectful social distance. But then we had those, the anti-vaxxers, the anti-maskers, the COVID deniers, and stuff like that. And at the same time, because we have been in such a long quarantine, the social issues that were there already have started rising. Just like the current state of America as it is right now, the current pandemonium that's going on in there, people just are sick of it. That's really the truth of it. People have grown tired of Rashid Battar. I don't know who that is. Could you care to elaborate in the chat room? It's the first can down. And yeah, it's just insane. People have grown tired of the government, you know, doing horrid shit, which is kind of why. Oh, him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, that's total bullshit. See this video? See this video of a guy who said, "I ran with 100, I ran with 100 masks on and smoked a cigar to show." He was making a statement, and I love that statement that he did. He basically put on 100 disposable masks, as the title suggests, smoked a cigar beforehand, and ran to show that no, masks do not cause you to have shortness of breath. Masks do not cause you to asphyxiate or anything like that. And he was doing that to own any of the Karens who were saying otherwise. Honestly, I'm thinking about doing more casual live streams like this. Maybe it might build up my viewing base. But yes, it's just terrible what the coronavirus has done. Some people have even said that, oh, it's China's fault. It's a deliberate thing. This is what China has done. And I don't think it's a deliberate thing. No, 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 no. I think as we know with a lot of viruses and a lot of diseases, there's always a patient zero. Patient zero then passes it on to other people, and these other people go on and socialize with someone else, and the virus jumps on and keeps escalating quickly. Combine that with the fact that there are tourists that come into China, and then they come back from China, they take the disease with them. See, like in North Italy, which is where the second case was, and then people who are in North Italy visiting take the virus with them from those people that came back from China and bring it with them to America, and so on and so on. Exactly. A disease has no nationality. It's like, combine that with the fact that our modern day travel system has, say about 100 years ago, a virus probably wouldn't be able to travel as quickly as it does now because planes can get you from point A to point B in like a day, even half a day. I mean, planes coming from where I am in the UK into the mainland Europe only take about like 30 minutes. You can take a 30-minute EasyJet flight from here to Cyprus, for instance. So the fact that we can, travel so easily also causes a virus to spread. It's just insane how intense it gets. And the fact that COVID has caused people to get so tired of, cause these social problems to escalate even further. I don't know. Maybe it's for the best. Maybe COVID has helped these social issues out in some sense. Maybe COVID has allowed us to see past national barriers. I don't know. Maybe COVID has allowed us to, look past what we identify as and allowed us to kind of unite together and possibly let these social issues no longer be an issue. Like, police brutality in America, for instance, it's so rampant. I cannot speak on behalf of that because I don't live in America. Our policing system is very different here in the UK, so I cannot speak on their behalf. But seeing it from an outsider's perspective and then looking in and seeing this crazy fucked up shit, it's really gotta change. And this has been an issue that's been ongoing in America for decades. Like, from the 60s, that's what the whole civil rights movement was all about, to now. People say, BLM is a terrible movement. It's look at them rioting and stuff like that. But BLM is just a modern day civil rights movement, in my opinion at least. It's less about them rioting and more about them saying, "Hey, we've had enough. We fought for this in the 60s, and yet you are still doing this to us. You are still murdering our brothers and our sisters in cold blood." And yeah, I mean, I don't agree with the rioting, but the thing is, I understand where it comes from. I mean, Martin Luther King, after all, did say, "A riot is the language of the unheard of," which is why I put it into my podcast. When I put his full speech in my podcast, whenever, the George Floyd protests were happening, to show that, yeah, I understand where it's coming from. And yes, COVID has definitely allowed us to identify things that need to change soon. Like, for real, I have not actually seen anything from my local government, my local government, because the UK we have the direct parliament, which is just parliament, and then we have the Welsh government, we have the Welsh government, Scottish government, and the Northern Irish government, and they're allowed to make their own laws and regulations and stuff like that. And I have not heard from my local government in like ages. I haven't seen any news about it. The only thing that I have been seeing, and that I've continued to see publicly, is the coronavirus. And of course, we do events. The news does cover large world scale events. Like yesterday, I heard on the radio while I was at the store how there was a horrid earthquake in Turkey. My heart and soul goes out to all the families there who have, lost their houses, lost everything. In, I believe it's Izmir. I think that's what it is. And Izmir is one of the coastal regions of not Cyprus, of Turkey. And yeah, I like learning about different cultures and everything like that. And perhaps, yeah. Right, I'm gonna have to end it here, but I will be back. So I shall see you whenever my dinner is finished eating. See you next time. Oh, gotta figure out how to end.